Joining on the pregame show by Cape Breton Eagles head coach Louis Robitaille. Louis, it's opening day. It's always an exciting day in the season. Just how amped up are you and the guys to get this thing going?
We're ready. Like you said, it's always a fun day. You've been waiting for that. Been thinking about that day since our last game in Baie-Comeau. So I think it was a tough camp mentally. We faced a lot of adversity from day one, the rink being closed, then to the car accident, to Davey, our bus driver, passing away. God bless him, we miss him. It's ironic that we're on the road right now and he's not here. Then after that, we had the virus, guys at camp. So it feel like we never had our rhythm through camp. But I really liked our week of practice. It gave a chance for the younger guys to settle down and to adjust to the pace gradually. And now with Nuke and Rome was back, and we just felt the excitement level is up and the execution is better. And it's going to be a process. We're not going to win the championship tonight, but we need to start on the right note.
It's year 2 for you in Cape Breton. How do you feel year 1 went? Obviously, a lot of enthusiasm around the community was built up as the year went.
Outstanding. I won't lie. At first, I was not worried, but it's far away from home. You know that the team was struggling for a few years. But when I got there, started working with Sly, we wanted to establish a culture, an identity to this team. And I love it, to be honest. Just working with Sly and working with a group of players that were all in right from the get-go. And then you look at our start last year. I talked to the players. Let's try not to repeat the opening weekend of last year. But at the end of the day, they got the message where we want to focus on process and what we control and the way we play. And we had a tremendous second half. You look at the playoff run. It came down to 1 or 2 plays in the playoff because you win that game 2, which I think we deserve. Maybe it's a different series and maybe we are the champion, but at the end we're not. So we have to learn from it. We have to grow. Excitement around town. Our fan base now, I feel like it's back. Are they 100% back? Is it going to be sold out every night? And they're probably not. That being said, though, spending the summer in Cape Breton for the first time in my life, enjoyed my time. Great community, great people, and a lot of people talk about the Eagles. You look at the work of Joey Haddad and his group upstairs with Melissa, Carter, Nick, Brad. Their season ticket is on the rise. People are going to show up. So now we just have to focus on ignoring the outside noise, understand that people are behind us, and we know that, we feel it, and now we just have to do our job every night.
Exciting announcement for Jacob Newcomb. He's the captain now of this team. I don't think anybody's going to be too upset about that decision. Just tell us about your new seat.
Well deserved. It was a no-brainer for us. You look at him and you look what he went through over the last few years, the adversity, the way he battled. What you want from your leadership group is when someone comes to the game and they watch the leader of our club, they're going to know what type of team we are. What's the identity of the club, and he's exactly that. He's what we want from an Eagle. Talk about competing, being hard-nosed, take nothing for granted, just go, earn it, don't expect anything. And at the end, it's a mix of grit and a mix of skill as well, because you can put the puck in the back of the net. You look at Schmitty, Lavi, and Cam Squires. These guys had a letter before. Lavi's the first overall pick from Quebec that decided to come to Cape Breton and embrace the challenge of now drafting the NHL. Squires here from day one. Schmitty was a former captain. Our leadership group is really strong, and I think they got to be able to touch everybody in the room. But Jacob, for me, was a no-brainer as far as the leader of that leadership group.
You mentioned Schmitty, of course. You talked about the car accident earlier. Just what was the reaction to that, and how was everybody able to mentally regroup after that?
It was tough. It was tough. Even for me, I was on my way to Sherbrooke to drop my son off for the year. Foley called me, and I was driving, and my heart kind of stopped for a second there. You don't care about hockey. You care about the people. And I won't say he had to fight for his life, but it was pretty bad. For him, not even a week after, he's back at the rink with the boys. And I know we had a bad showing against Halifax, but I think everybody was kind of shook up a little bit that he was in the dressing room before the game, and a lot of emotion. But that's Schmitty. That's who he is. He's a fighter. He's a guy that has no quit, and he wants to be back, and he wants to help this team. And he's been around the team, him and Foley. They're back in town. So the boys enjoy that. We're going to miss him, but we know that he's going to be back soon.
Obviously, some players are away at camp, so opportunity for others, particularly Brandon Lavoie, because he gets the net in the short term. Just talk about his camp.
He had a really good summer. We liked him last year. 17 years old, I think. He was the best goalie in the Maritime Midget League. But I think he grew, he matured a lot. He had a really good camp where he's calm, he's big, he's square. I think his last showing, maybe he was nervous coming in the third period there, but it's all learning. And like I told him yesterday, it's a little bit in the same boat as Jakob last year, where Yak, at the beginning of the year, he tried to overdo things. I said, just enjoy the ride, enjoy the process, and you're a major junior goalie. You deserve to be in this league. So we are really happy and pleased with both of our goalie, having Yak right now doing really well in Nashville. And for him right now, Yak not being here to have the hole and have the net tonight.
Perhaps having been in that game for will give him a little bit of experience that'll help him tonight. Lastly, we look at Bathurst. First game of the year. This is a tricky question because you haven't seen them yet, but a lot of guys coming back from last year. What do you know about the T10?
They're going to have their full squad. They didn't have any guys going to pro camp, so they've been practicing a lot together. They were a young team last year. They're not overly big, but you know one thing, they're going to compete. They're going to play hard. They're going to skate. Gordy's team's always well prepared. They played us well last year, even though they were young. If you take them lightly and you snooze a little bit on our puck retrieval, you know they're going to counterattack. They're a team that's really good on the rush. That's dynamic, so that's something that we need to be aware, and I think that's going to be a really good test. They're one of the good team in our division, so for us to start here, missing 3 big pieces, we're going to need guys to step up.
Yeah, it should be a really good game. Look forward to seeing it play out. Best of luck tonight, Louis. Thanks for this.
Well, thank you, Pat, and welcome back.